Welcome back, survivors. I'm SurvivalVis, and we return Jurassic Park Hunter Legends, where I completely forgot what I said we were going to do from last week's episode, the end of it, because it has been a bit of time since. So last week was, I think, the Velociraptor and something else we were after. I'd still like to try to go after some raptors. Or was I wanting to going after something else? Jeez, I'm trying to think. Okay, maybe we'll take the rifle out for a little bit, and the bow, and we'll just... Yeah, maybe we'll just take the first... Well, no, we've been hunting those a lot. Maybe it's time for us to go after the squeakers once again. Actually... Ooh, hey! That could be a thing. You know what? I'm going to do one more episode on the abandoned facility. But we are going to go after the Dilophosaurus and the Triceratops this week. Maybe this is a little bit of a different roster to kind of go through. Like, usually what I do is every time I do address any of my carnivores videos, I kind of go back to last week's episode to see where did I leave off exactly. I kind of forgot to do it this week, it shows, so I'm just kind of pulling something out of the blue here. So I think we'll do a little bit of the Tiny Terrors and the Triumphant Trikes, a little bit of a loadout of a bunch of weapons, back at the abandoned InGen facility, see more about it, and then maybe we'll look at going to Isla Poco come next week or so. But everything's looking good. Let's hop on into a new hunt. Okay, so we're all loaded in here now. She's actually got a little spooked for having the Pachycephalosaur coming right at us. There's a lot of ambient dinosaurs, and with their size, you mistake them for definitely being things that, well, can either hurt you or you're supposed to be hunting. Okay, no reply from the first squeaker, so we did get started in... Actually, I'm going the wrong way. I gotta go northeast. I was going towards the edge of the map again. So we'll try to keep this heading here and just go for a walk to see. Last week, we didn't really get that many, well, any responses from the Velociraptors, so I figured we'll dial it back a little bit, do some point grinding, and just show off a little bit more of this map. I actually don't think we got... I don't think we really got a reply. It sounds like that might just be ambience. Yeah, we're going to try to just make our way northeast, get more into the very heart of the map, and then try to go for directions we might not have really seen before. I might go due east from here, because if we look on the map, there is a little bit of something right in the sea of green, like a few weird patches of brown in that, so maybe there's something interesting that way. And we'll still just try occasional calls as we do hike our way there. You never know what we might stumble across. Yeah, it's nothing so far, so we'll just Nothing so far, although I heard maybe it's just that Corythosaur. One thing's about the Jurassic Park Hunter Legends is the ambience really make you feel like it's heavily populated with, like, a lot of animals and wildlife. Like, listening to all the sounds alongside, like, seeing, like, Gallimimus just kind of ghosts in the mist here. Okay, so we do got ourselves a Dilophosaurus somewhere. Actually, might be closing in kind of fast from the binoculars there. Oh, there you are. Oh, you were actually quite a fair size for one. And I guess the trees were giving him a little bit of issue navigating for us too, but I think this might be one of our first super good looks at a Dilophosaurus up close. Like, one of the nice things about the texture is that it doesn't look as stretched as it does on some of the other animals. Like, the big thing is always from distance how they look, because that's generally where you'll encounter them most. But even coming up close, again, you can see that it does get a little pixelated along the tail there, but all you gotta do, back up, and you get that definition return. I do like how accurate it was with, like, all the coloring in that. You can't really see anything like the frills, though, when they're folded down, although you can, I think, sort of see that little seam right there. There's just that little bit of, like, yellowy reddish there between the head and the neck that I think that's kind of where they sprout from or like when they are going to leap, they do like frill out. So that's probably what that little color is there. But we'll leave that one down there and continue on our way. Actually didn't use, well, I used a few shots, but again, we have a multitude of weapons, so we have a little bit more room to spare when it comes to hunting stuff or going after more squeakers. Speaking of, sounds like once again, although this one is right ahead of us, so we may be able to have a better time seeing it. But I also like how camouflaged it was with like all of the surroundings. Okay, so there's way ahead of us up that way somewhere. Okay, it might have just been... Yeah, really... Okay, there you can go. You just see his head there. Yeah, it's not coming in super quick right... Oh, no, now he is. Ah. Yeah, they can be a difficult one to get a beat on, especially in this terrain and this area. We'll restart, though. Okay, so actually, wow, it's basically put us dead center of the map, so this is quite the difference from being stuck in the little corner area. No reply from one of them. Maybe we'll start with something a little easier. Let's maybe try a trike. No response, unfortunately. But now I want to try to think of where we want to exactly go. We haven't really seen much of the north end of the map, have we? We've always been mostly down in the southern areas, kind of just a little bit wandering lost through all the fog and the mist, so... Maybe it won't hurt to do a little bit of searching and hunting up in this northern half. See what else there is in the map. Or what other secrets might be lying in wait in all the fog and mist. Okay, no replies so far, so maybe what we'll do is we'll try to the northwest, because you can see there's... Again, there's that kind of almost like old riverbed is what it reminds me of. That almost like sandy dirt patch that just kind of runs through the map. But there's almost like a pool of sorts. Oh, what's that? Oh, just Gallimimus. Like, look over it. Yeah, I'll just drop right down. Jeez, this is going... definitely a little harder to see and hunt and stuff like this. Also gives you, like, a good size comparison of the Gallimimus compared to you. Like, we're maybe touching the bottoms of this little canopy that almost is like a straight horizon of green, yet the Gallimimus next to that are just kind of poking... yeah, they're poking up into it. Okay, we got another Dilophosaurus. I do think the shotgun is the best bet for trying to take them on. Just don't know how far out he is. Because there are some ambients this way as well, like Galmimus, Pachy. Actually, a Pteranodon somewhere in all these. Oh, yeah, there you can see it just kind of circling overhead. Even. Okay, thought I heard something louder there for a moment. God, I really gotta hand it to the remaster, though. Like, the dense fog, the like confining feeling of how low the vegetation is. It all adds up to be quite something. Okay, so apparently it's supposed to be forward this way somewhere. Oh, yeah, I saw the red for... God, it's so hard to see once you kind of, like, zoom out. There we go. Okay, I got a nice shot as he was coming in there on the... I'm pretty sure just the head. But yeah, this is an even better view of him. There's none of the, like, fronds of the ferns in the way. Basically sleeping right underneath a cozy little tree. But that bright red is some of the only flash you'll get if it's stuck, or, like, you kind of encounter it in all this, like, dense brush and that, which... very atmospheric and makes it really feel like the animal, it's suited to this environment. It camouflages so well. And we're just about to figure out what this little, like, bare spot or bald spot is in the middle of all this. Doesn't really look like there's anything in particular. It honestly looks like maybe it's just from the dirt underneath it all. Yeah, that seems to be all this spot might really be. I thought maybe there'd be like an abandoned building or something we've seen in other areas of this map, but it just seems like all it is kind of like a big patch of dirt. Okay, well, I mean, we got to explore, took down a Dilophosaurus from that, so that's not too bad at all. And no reply back from that call. Or maybe there was. I don't know. We'll try making our way east, because another thing on the map I can see is... well, it's probably going to be harder for you guys in the video, but it's basically directly east of us, there's some weird, darker, like, black patches. I'm not sure what those are, and it looks like there might also be something a little bit northeast of us. Well, I should say east-northeast, because of just how close it is to our east heading. So we'll try going over there, see what we can find, and hopefully not get attacked by anything in the meantime. Yeah, so can't really see anything right now through all the fog and that. I think I am going to be very interested when we go to the next map, Isla Poco, because it seems like there's kind of theming to each of the islands. Isla Tucano definitely seems like, well, with the remaster, it's more of your flatter, open map. There are some dense areas of jungle to it still. But the majority of the map is... oh, just a Pachy. Majority of the map has some fairly good sight lines, so you have more of like a wider, opener plane to shoot and hunt on, whereas the abandoned facility here is much more... I'm trying to think of what... claustrophobic almost probably be best, because like the tree canopy is so low, you feel really tight and clustered in, especially if, well, you consider like the Dilophosaurus and Velociraptors are all going to be basically stuck in these tight, smaller areas that they can really excel at. Like, I think it'll be a little weird if we even see, like, a trike in this area, because even the Corythosaurus looks a little too big to be quite comfortable, given it's brushing right up against the canopy above us there. We'll hike our way a little further, because we got whatever this is just ahead. I'll call after we explore this, because I don't want us to exactly go in, or we're this close, we make a call, and it's, uh-oh, rang the dinner bell. Let's actually get there, see what this is, and then we'll ring the dinner bell for him. Yeah, so it's just a little bit up ahead if there is anything. Oh, that actually might be something back that way. It sounded possibly like a trike. Oh, hello. These are a little bit different. I mean, it looks like it's just kind of different groves of trees, really. I thought maybe there would have been something almost like tucked up inside them, like... Oh, what was that thing called? It was in the second movie, The Lost World, where it was that... like, the... almost like treehouse sort of thing. They had a name for it. I just can't think of it at the moment. But yeah, these... I was kind of expecting a little more than just these different or unique trees, but I suppose it's something. Nothing really, eh? Okay, we'll keep working our way back south. It sounded like there may have been a trike back this way, and I mean, if we can at least get the trike, then there is the couple of the roster we were aiming for. I do think I've got to work at improving my aim a bit more when it comes to... well, at least Jurassic Park Hunter Legends. I know the other carnivores games, I think I could use aim improvement in general, but I think this one with Dilophosaurus is showing the most that I could use more training and experience with just getting better at aiming and shooting. Okay, thought maybe we would have heard something, but I guess not. So maybe we'll make a sprint right for the south and see what we can kind of come across. Though it looks like, well, you might be getting out of all the foggy lowland here. Yes, this will get us up above. Actually got a little bit more distance we can see, and well, it's just easier to see. I just dug out mimes up there. A little bit of a divot down to here. And let's see about trying for another trike. No trike, but we do have something, although I think I might have been here before. Yeah, this actually looks very familiar. This must have been, yeah, either last episode or the episode before that we managed to stumble across this almost... I mean, it looks almost like a small storage warehouse or something. Like the big overhead door. Actually, close to appropriate size of, I think, doorway there. Yeah, so we just found this before. Restricted area, authorized personnel only. Well, we do have a Dilophosaurus not too far from the sounds of it. At least up here, it might be a little easier to see them from a distance, so I might be able to get the shots in. I think I do have to rely more on the shotgun than the pistol when it comes to them, though. Oh, got an itch right in my ear, and it's not the best timing for it. Okay, that might not be the best thing to hear, because I thought there was one up this way, but that call definitely came from just back here. So I don't know if I'm dealing with two around us at once, or I just messed up on... Okay. Ah, darn itchy ear. Okay. I think it's on the other side of this here, so we'll go down and up, and hopefully we can see it before it sees us. Although... this definitely is basically right back to what we were in the north end. It's just now we have a redwood forest instead of the other one. I'm actually not sure what you would call the other one. Like, these ones are, I'm fairly sure, redwoods. I mean, the trunk color is a good giveaway for that, but I don't know what I would consider, like, the other area we were just in to be for, like, the trees and that. Oh, well, we got a trike by coincidence, so that's a nice find. No, yeah, it... almost seems like the two almost seem to be, like, traveling together. Okay, so that one went running off. I think I'd rather focus on the trike, though. But I am also surprised that, again, there's... I think I have it set to 0 sensitivity. But the animals will still pick you up from a good ways off, even with that. So we'll aim for the trike, and then probably leave the episode there. I mean, we may get surprised and have the Dilophosaur come after us. But we'll have to wait and see just what happens. We are, again, close to that time limit, so we'll just try to see what we can get for our final little moments out on this hunt. Oh, wait, what? Okay, I need to investigate. Did that really... You know... I mean, I'm going to ignore the fact that he's floating, because I'm trying to figure out how the hell that random shot managed to do it. Like, I didn't even see what part I was aiming on at him. I just shot... I thought I shot a tree, to be honest, but I will take that. If the game wants to give me that, hey, I will not complain about the easy points with that. We'll head back. And we're back in the menu here, so we didn't exactly get a lot of points, but we still are slowly building up. It might be... yeah, we may go back to a more familiar roster once again, but at least we'll go to a new map of Isla Poco. So we'll do a read up this week and then next week as well. Okay, 75 miles from Site B southwest, this island was appropriated by InGen to raise dinosaurs and use them to make genetic experiments. However, that project has been abandoned by unknown reasons, and dinosaurs roam free on this island as well. Its terrain presents fog, steep areas, and a lush of flora where the predators can hide easily as well as hindering the hunter's vision. So that goes up to our intermediate difficulty for a map. And, I'm gonna be honest, I find it weird to give maps a difficulty rating. Like, how do you warrant them? Is it because of how dense the foliage is, or how the terrain is? I've always found, like, it's a weird one to say this is a beginner map or this one's a hard map. I've never found super much difference. The only one I really could say is, like, Carnivores Genesis, because it does step it up. When compare the woods of Tyrannochox to the ruins of Vatar, where Tyrannochox, easy visibility through all the entire map, and then Vatar, you have the large trees that'll block your vision and shooting, so I don't know if I'll say it's intermediate or not, but then we'll see how we do next week when we come to it. For now, though, thank you all very much for joining me on this episode of Jurassic Park Hunter Legends. If you do like the series, be sure to give it a like, and any comments, tips, tricks, whatsoever, leave them right down below in the comments. I try to respond to anything that comes up as soon as I can. Until I see you all next episode, though, survivors, please remember, as always, to take care and stay alive.